Hello friends! The next two videos are the ones you've been waiting for, so don't you dare tune out. The most frequent question that I get asked is, what foods do you eat that have helped you the most to reverse your stage 3A kidney disease? Well, what I'm going to provide for you are my favorite top 16 foods that act as the staple to my diet. Using my READ method, Resilience, Education, Action, and Discipline, I studied and learned a lot about foods and what was good and what was bad for the kidneys. And again, what really stood out were the 3 Ps plus salt, the 3 Ps being protein, phosphorus, and potassium. You want to avoid too much of any of those 3 Ps as they all have negative effects on the kidneys. It's not easy because most foods have protein, phosphorus, and potassium in some way, shape, or form. So you really have to learn about what foods are highest in those levels. Even with proteins, which type of proteins are easier for the kidneys to digest. So in doing my studying, the first thing that I did was that I categorized a variety of different foods into protein sources, vegetables, fruits, snacks. And from there, I did everything that I could to learn about those various foods. Now, my situation also included diabetes. And as I stated in a previous video, when I first attacked the kidney disease, I strictly went after the diabetes on a diabetic diet. And it was not the right, diet for my kidneys because I was taking on a lot of grains, legumes, and other foods that had high sources of phosphorus. Sure, a vegetarian protein diet can be good for you, but it can be good for you at the expense of other things. And that's what I was doing. Once I educated myself about a variety of different food groups and which ones were good for me and which ones were not good for me, I then made a list and I rated those foods on low, medium, and high levels of the 3 Ps, and also on different types of proteins because some are easier on the kidneys than others. Once I had my list, I eliminated any of the higher levels of the 3 Ps, and from there, I really just broke it down into 2 things. How much of each of those foods could I safely eat per day based on the amount of protein that was in them or the levels of phosphorus or potassium, and did I like them? Really, I understood that to be able to stick to my plan, so to put action and be disciplined enough to follow it, I'd have to like the foods that I was going to eat. So I would highly recommend that when you make your list, you not only look at, are these foods good for you, but don't fool yourself. If you don't like them, you're not going to eat them. So you need to incorporate only the foods that you know are going to satisfy you and that you're going to want to eat on a regular basis. If you don't like something and you know you're never going to like it, I don't care if it's the best food in the world for you, it's not going to do you any good, because if you don't enjoy that food, you're not going to follow your plan. You're not going to be disciplined enough to make yourself always eat something that you just don't enjoy. With that being said, in this video, I'm going to share the first 8 of my 16 favorite foods. And in the next video, I'll share the other 8 of my favorite 16. In future videos, I'm going to take a little further because I'm going to show you not only what foods I eat, but I'm also going to show you how I prepare them. As I said when I first started making these videos, I'm doing this because I want to help you and I want to have fun doing that, or I'm not going to want to make these videos. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy sharing my story because it worked for me. It reversed my kidney disease, and it can work for you. So without further ado, here are my first 8 favorite foods that are part of the staple of my chronic kidney disease diet. Skinless chicken breast is my go-to meat source because it's versatile in many recipes and also very satisfying. It packs 9 grams per ounce of kidney-friendly protein, so you do have to watch portion control just a little bit. Eat the egg whites, not the yolks, as the yolks contain a lot of phosphorus. The egg whites have about 4 grams of protein per egg, so they're excellent for omelets and anything else that you might want to make with them. You can also use them in smoothies. The old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, couldn't be any truer. Apples are an amazing source of many different vitamins, and they provide a lot of fiber. So they're a great part of my diet. I highly recommend them. Both sweet and tart cherries are delicious, loaded with antioxidants, and have nutrients that have been proven to be great for kidney health and for helping out with kidney stones if you happen to suffer with that as well. I love them. All berries are excellent low potassium fruit options, but I particularly love blueberries. I use them in smoothies, and I also put them in the freezer, and I pop them in my mouth like little popsicles. One of my favorites. Pineapples are actually a part of the berry family, and I can't think of a more delicious fruit than a fresh pineapple. I buy them, cut them up, put them in the refrigerator, and they last for a good long time. The nice thing is they're also loaded with fiber. I'm very active, and most kidney-friendly foods don't provide a lot of calories. So I choose olive oil to cook and to make a lot of dressings with because it provides excellent sources of good quality fats and additional calories. Balsamic vinegar, even though highly acidic, does not negatively impact the kidneys. I make my own salad dressings along with olive oil, and I use it as a marinade or to dip a lot of different foods in. I hope you enjoyed this video and found the information helpful. In my next video, I'll cover the remaining 8 of my 16 staple foods. If you're new to my YouTube channel, feel free to review past content. And as a reminder, don't forget to subscribe and hit the button to be notified when I put out new content each week.